Welcome back to Ready Controls. If you're coming from the world of Rockwell or Siemens PLC, you're being used to logged into one ecosystem. That's just because of the software. But in the last video, we installed CODESYS, the universal language of automation. Today, I'm going to show you why this software is a game changer for anybody who is working in the PLC field. We are going to write our first program in CODESYS, and also we're going to test and debug that program in the SoftPLC component of CODESYS, and I'm also going to talk about some naming standards that are universal. You could see the real power of CODESYS lies in its hardware independence, right? So you could either use an Opto22 or a Wago PLC or a Bosch Rexroth PLC and code it using CODESYS, right? So once you write the program in CODESYS, you could implement it in any hardware of the choice. So that gives us freedom to test and debug on platform independent systems. And also CODESYS includes a soft PLC that helps us test everything on the laptop without a hardware. This means laptop becomes a controller. You don't need to spend any money on hardware to start learning or testing complicated logic. So without any delay, let's get into CODESYS platform. I have the CODESYS opened up. This is how the interface looks like. We will go ahead and create a new project, and you can do file new project, and you could select a standard project. You could do an HMI, or you could do standard with application composers. For now, we'll just use the standard project. Go ahead and hit standard project, and we could name it, give it a name. You could select the folder, PC documents, and there is a folder for CODESYS, so I will save it there and save. So the current project has been changed, yes, so this is a new project. Here I could choose my target device. This wizard will help us create all the necessary components. So I will go ahead and choose CODESYS Win version 3. I'm using a 32-bit CODESYS installation as shown in the previous video because I have a Opto22 Groove IO. That's why I'm using 32-bit. That's why I selected CODESYS Control Win V3. And here you have the option of what language you want to program it in. And as you can see, CODESYS gives us all these options. For sake of simplicity, I will just use ladder logic. And in the subsequent videos, I will share with you how to use structured text and SFCs and function blocks. For now, I'll just select ladder logic diagram and say, and I can do view devices. So since my view is disabled, that's why I did not see, but I could see view devices, POU. These are program organization units. So inside the devices, as you can see, once I created my structure for the PLC logic, and since I said ladder diagram, it went ahead and created a PLC program already, and it has a task, and inside the task it created a main task and a PLC program. So if I double click on the PLC program, you could see the window opens up. So this is where your most of the application development window is. On the right side you have all the toolbox or all your operators. For now, what we'll do is we will go ahead and write a basic program. And before writing any basic programming, we want to show the common notation that we use. It's called a Hungarian notation that helps everybody, that helps to find out what is the variable type, right? So for example, we use X in front of every variable to call it as a Boolean, and we use I in front of the variable as an integer, and we use R for a real decimal value. This is a standard used by top tier firms. It makes your code self-documenting, meaning any engineer can look it up at 2 a.m. and know exactly what data type they are dealing with without checking the variable table. Now we'll go ahead and insert so these are all your toolbox. You have general, network is nothing but a rung, and you have all these operators. You have the Boolean operators and or XOR, and you have the math operators, and you have other operators and function blocks, and then you have your ladder elements all the way on the bottom. So ladder specific elements are here. So I can select a contact and drag and drop here. So see, as you select it, you can drop it there, and I will set a basic coil, add output or jump here. That's where as you drag an output, it tells you where to drop it. We'll go ahead and type in the question marks x and we'll say start input. And the moment I say x, it's a notation standpoint, it's a boolean, and you could see the scope is a variable input output. So for now I'll just use it as variable, and you have a variable global also. For now just use variable. X is a name and the type is a bool, and you could select the different type of data types here. You can see it has bool, byte, date, and date time. We'll get into all the details in subsequent videos. And the object is in this program, in this application. Initialization, you could set initialization to 0, but I'll leave it open and say. So now we created x input. The moment we created x input, you could see up here it created a variable called x input bool. And this one, let's say we call it still an x because it's a bool, and say start cmd, and it gives the auto declare. Everything looks okay here. I can put a comment here, but I'll just say okay there. So it's the start command. Once I push this start, once this is true, I'll get this start command, right? And so let's keep it simple, and let me show you how the simulation works. So what you do for simulation is you go into build generate code. That will go ahead and check all the code. If there are any warnings or messages, it will show up here. And as you can see, it if you look closely, there are no errors, no warnings. There are just 4 messages just saying the memory usage, memory 0, and memory area, right? So these are all okay. These are all messages. So good thing you need to look for, or at least the thing you need to look for, is 0 errors, 0 warnings, and ready for download, right? So you could hit that, delete all messages, and you could make this pinned or hide, or just like it, pin it here online. So you could see online and then simulation. So the way to simulate it is go to the tab online and select simulation. So now we are in a simulation, and that's shown on the bottom corner here. It's in simulation mode, and in simulation mode we could set, we have we are in a simulation mode, but as you can see we are still not online. So what I do is go online, log in. What this would do is it will go ahead and the application sim device does not exist on device. Do you want to create and proceed with download? So what it's doing here is it's downloading this application into a SoftPLC or a simulation environment. So I say yes. So now you could see device is connected, green on there, and the simulation is in stop mode, and you could also see the ladder became blue. So to start the simulation, I'll go ahead and hit start. So now that will make the simulation go into run mode. That's why you could see a run mode in here, and we are in simulation. So from the previous step, we already were online. We downloaded the program to the SoftPLC, and we are in run mode in simulation. So what you see here is you see this blue line. That's the saying. It's similar to the green line in Rockwell Studio 5000. It's the logic continuity bar. So right now it's blue bar is saying it's following the true condition. So it came up to here, and now it's waiting on this condition to be true for it to become blue and make the coil also come on, right? So how do we do that? And in simulation mode right now, we're in run mode. You select the component and you double click it one time. That will make the prepared value true. So the original value was false, and when we double clicked, the prepared value became true. And if you double click one more time, the prepared value became false, and to send it back to normal, you double click one more time. So every time you double click, it will go through a true, false, and prepared value of none, right? So for our simulation, we want to double click it, that's true. And we need to do one more thing before we can see the start command on, and that is you select everything outside of this rung and right click, and you could say write all values to the device application. So when I click write all values, now you could see the prepared value disappeared because we wrote the prepared value to the actual value of start input, which is true. That made the start command also true. So that's how you simulate the logic in CODESYS SoftPLC. And to exit out, you could go and stop the simulation. That stopped the simulation, and to log out or to go offline with the PLC, you just hit log out here, or you could do log out here. There are two different ways, so I'm just doing log out. So now you could see the devices pane did not show anything green. So this is how we create a simple sample program and use SoftPLC in CODESYS to test our logic. So to wrap up, we covered what is CODESYS and how to go online and simulate a simple program. And in the next video, we will start looking at how to do visualization of the code. Until then, see you in the next video. Thank you.